Welcome to stage 1 of the South African Safari Rally. It's time to get properly stuck into this fantastic new event. Navigation here in South Africa is still a bit of an unknown quantity, so at last night's start position ceremony, there were some tactical gambles.
They've done the hard lines today to break their way inside of the top 10. Okay, stare at the screen. First. Okay, Ross wants to go and open the gates, as we like to say, and that's going to really make everyone else start thinking and scratching their heads. Adrien van Beveren, what is the story here? Because we know the Honda guys like to play a big team game.
I choose 11.
We choose 11. Luciano?
I'm going to pick first.
He's going to go first. So Luciano on the KTM. He actually wants to put Ross behind him, so he's gone for that one. And then we're going to move across.
Luciano Benavides putting Ross Branch behind him then as they roared into this first full stage. 260 k's of narrow tracks, mud and grass, as well as lots of gates through the farmland. Some very tough early navigation meant that Branch soon caught up and they spent the rest of the day opening together. A reminder, there are no bonuses here in South Africa. But several gates were shut and that meant stopping and losing time they would later recover. After a wild day, Benavides came 5th, while Branch took the stage honours.
Honestly, today was one of the craziest stages in my life. Super tricky navigation in the beginning, no cap, so many pistes. But after Ross catch me from behind and we rode together all day.
The whole day opening with Luciano was amazing, so I think we did a good job.
Well, Daniel Sanders made a bad start. He got lost and shipped 6 minutes in just 18 kilometres. But Chucky then put the hammer down and came roaring back, showing incredible pace to recover most of that lost time. There was a final twist though, a 2-minute penalty for a missed waypoint, and that dropped him down to 4th. It was a roller coaster sort of day with lots of riders going astray. Unfortunately, home hopeful Bradley Cox was one of them, losing over 25 minutes. Sherco's latest recruit did admit before the rally that it's never easy adapting to a new bike and a new team, especially in racing conditions. Ricky Brabec doesn't live anywhere near grass, so he had a tough old time of it early on. But once things opened up, he was able to push. At one point, the American even had the stage victory, but when other riders recovered time, he slipped down to 3rd. Still, he's very much in the fight. Adrien van Beveren also struggled early on because his roadbook tablet wasn't working properly, but the Frenchman was able to get a new one, and he also recovered time. VBA ended up doing an excellent job on the Honda, powering his way to 2nd place, only 55 seconds down on Ross Branch. The Motswana collecting his first stage win of the season, which is bound to boost his confidence. He led in 2 Hondas and 2 KTMs. Taking the prologue times into account, Branch leads the Safari Rally by 50 seconds. Harriet Noah sadly crashed out of today's stage in Rally 2, injuring his wrist, and we wish him a speedy recovery. More ill fortune for the Indian after his prologue crash at the Dakar. Tobias Ebster seems to be adapting well to life with Hero. He spent a while today riding with his new teammate Nacho Cornejo. With all of the tricky navigation and potential dangers out there, the Austrian was very happy to get through unscathed. He only missed out on the Rally 2 win by 12 seconds. Well, Michael Doherty was originally the stage winner, but he was slapped with a 13-minute penalty for missing his start time and dropped down to 3rd. It was a pretty crazy day for the South African, featuring illness and a couple of crashes, including one biggie, but he's okay and the pace is definitely there. Edgar Canet was happy to finish a stage for the first time since the Dakar, having crashed out on stage 1 in Abu Dhabi. and he also came away with the Rally 2 win. The Spaniard finishing 8th in the bikes, a shade quicker than Ebster and grabbing the overall lead of this class.
Yeah, this is the best feeling after a really tricky stage. Finally P1 in Rally 2, P8 overall, so super happy with that. We have 4 stages in front, so now it's time to keep focus and let's see what is coming tomorrow.
Konrad Dabrowski joined Bass World KTM just before South Africa. He was 3rd today, with Roy Barbosa rounding out the top 5 for X-Raid's experience. Canet leads Ebster by just 18 seconds, with Dabrowski at 4:51 and Doherty over 10 minutes back. Gaëtan Martinez made it 2 from 2 in the quads. The Frenchman came in over 25 minutes clear of his teammate Antanas Kanopkinas, who damaged a rear arm and had to ease off the pace.
Everything went perfect for me, but the rally is not over, so it's still 4 days to come, the marathon stage to come, so everything can still happen.
It was a chaotic day with Marek Woy and Karin Thiessen both failing to finish, Martinez in pole position.
Drivers and co-drivers make their way up. A reminder that the top 10 crews will be benefiting from a 3-minute dust gap. The next 20 crews will benefit from a 2-minute dust gap.
And we plan to start on 6.
Number 6 for Nani Roma in the M Sport Ford.
No, we're definitely not going to open the road. I think we're going to slot into number 6.
Lucas, like we said with the FIM guys, do you like to run from the front or do you like to do the chase down?
Yeah, we go with 4th.
We're going to go with a number 4, so that is 4 on the gate.
All of our drivers picked. Very well done to our top 10 squads on the qualifying.
The ultimate drivers gathering for what promised to be a tough opener, and good to see plenty of fans out to see them off.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, apologies for saying that after his issues yesterday, Sébastien Loeb was set to end up at the back of the field in the dust, because with a reverse starting order in effect today, the Frenchman was actually opening. And the 9-time World Rally Champion did an excellent job, only dropping 3.5 minutes. He and Fabien Lurquin didn't push too hard, staying very focused on navigation, and that conservative approach paid off as he came 3rd. Not a bad day at all for the Dacia Sandriders, although Nasser Al-Attiyah did slip down the standings after a late penalty.
Some place we knew that the motorbikes made some mistakes, so we had to be very focused on the navigation. It's not so bad. We didn't know about road position. Is it better to be first? Is it better to be far behind? Is it some dust? At the end, I think it didn't change a lot.
João Ferreira stormed through the first part of the stage in his X-Raid Mini, topping the timesheets at the first split and passing Saud Variawa after he punctured. However, the Portuguese driver had to slow down due to a problem with his windscreen wipers and finished 14th. After his memorable prologue victory, Gareth Woolridge was 12th. The South African hasn't actually raced since last November, and he says no amount of testing can replace competitive kilometres. Local knowledge didn't help too much on a tough day, but they're only 6.5 minutes down. Now here's a name to remember, Jayden Els, who was right up at the business end today in 4th place, despite running into a bit of trouble. The 20-year-old's a precocious talent, and he set his sights on the Dakar. Based on today's performance, he is definitely one to watch.
I think our draw, everyone was surprised that I drew so far back at the starting position for today. I managed to catch Seth and Nasser, so that feels good. Yes, fighting with my idols. Can't complain, super happy today.
Speaking of idols, Carlos Sainz went absolutely tearing through the field today, having set off way back in 29th position. El Matador did have to stop at one point to clean mud off the windscreen, but otherwise he was on an absolute flyer. This Ford Raptor is looking in excellent shape. Sainz was second, with Nani Roma in fifth. After all, age is just a number. But the day belonged once again to South Africa. This time it was Henk Lategan who saw off all comers, displaying sensational speed to win by 2 minutes and 38 seconds from Sainz. After 4 months out of the car, Lategan says he feels like a racing driver again, and his margin of victory in the Toyota Gazoo Racing Hilux could have been even bigger.
We left quite a bit of time out there today, I think, so a little bit disappointed in that, but you can never be too disappointed in a stage win. So at the end of the day, we got through clean. The car's still in one piece, never got out the car, so that was the aim, and we managed that.
Lategan leading in Sainz and Loeb on this opening day, with Els no doubt delighted to find himself in such esteemed company. In the Challengers, it was a day of mixed fortunes for the World Championship leader, Nicolas Cavigliasso. The Argentine was fighting for victory throughout the stage, but he took a wrong turn late on and lost around 3 minutes, meaning he had to settle for 4th place. Well, victory went to his fellow Argentine and BBR teammate David Zille. He said it was a grueling day with changing terrain and lots of stop-start driving. Above all, he was relieved not to get stuck in the mud. He's also expecting a very close contest in this class. Zille leads the way from Pau Navarro and Adam Cush, with just over 5 minutes separating the top 5. It was a disastrous day for Alexander Pinto in the SSVs. The W2RC leader suffered a big impact and lost over an hour and a half, seriously damaging his chances of picking up big points this week, but they did at least get the car to the finish line. Meanwhile, there was an unexpected victory for Richard Axel. He does have a bit of experience in this kind of terrain, having done the Kenya Classic in a 1972 Porsche 911, but it still came as a surprise when he found out.
I never ask about the standings or what's happened in the stage. Never do. And yeah, I was a bit worried because the car's quite muddy, and I thought the mechanics would be upset they'd have to wash it. And he said, "Good news." I said, "What? They'll wash it?" And then he said, "No, we won."
It was even a British 1-2 with Axel leading in George Hall's. Jose Nogueira was third, with his teammate Pinto now rock bottom. One down, 4 to go, and the fun is only just getting started. Join us again tomorrow for the marathon stage, and thanks for watching.